2024 Tesla Model 3 Standard Range First Test. The cheapest Tesla punches above its price point. The entry-level rear-drive Model 3 Highland signals good things to come from Tesla. It's rare for folks to get hyped for a mid-cycle refresh, but the 2024 Tesla Model 3 Highland isn't just a middle-aged nip and tuck. 6 years into its lifecycle, a stage at which most competitors enter a new generation, Tesla revamped the Model 3, fixing many of its customers' most ardent complaints. Though much attention will undoubtedly be paid to the dual-motor long-range model, our testing demonstrates you shouldn't sleep on the base standard-range single-motor 2024 Tesla Model 3. What's new for the 2024 Model 3 Highland standard range? We've covered the changes made to the 2024 Tesla Model 3 Highland being the car's internal codename ad nauseum, but allow us to quickly refresh your mind on the changes as they relate to Tesla's entry-level electric sedan. Like its dual-motor big brother, the base model sports a sleek new roadster-inspired front end, revised taillamps, and minor changes on all panels save for the rear quarter panels and doors. Inside, the new Model 3 Highland takes a step-up market, replacing faux wood trim with fancy cloth, and old single-pane windows with dual-pane glass that blocks out wind and road noise better. The Highland also gets a new small-diameter steering wheel complete with buttons to replace the stalks Tesla deleted, transmission buttons on the ceiling, though Tesla no doubt hopes you'll swipe to shift on the Model 3's 15-inch infotainment display instead, new LED accents, and an 8-inch infotainment display on the back of the center console for rear passengers. Functionally, however, the 2024 Tesla Model 3 Highland for now remains largely unchanged from the non-Highland 2023 model. In our single-motor standard-range Model 3's case, that means it sports a CATL-sourced 60.9 kWh battery pack and a single rear-mounted permanent magnet motor good for 257 horsepower and 266 pound-feet of torque. EPA results are pending, but we suspect the car will score about 261 miles of driving range on a full charge. The biggest mechanical changes are found at the car's four corners. All Model 3 Highland models now sport frequency-dependent dampers and new knuckles to improve ride quality and handling, with the steering system seeing some minor changes as well. How fast is it? At the track, the 2024 Tesla Model 3 Highland standard range performed well, though there's room for improvement. The new rear-drive Model 3 accelerated from 0 to 60 miles per hour in a respectable 5.6 seconds and on through the quarter mile in 14.1 seconds at 102.0 miles per hour. That's a hair slower than the last rear-drive Model 3 we tested, a 2019 Standard Range Plus, which zipped from a standstill to 60 miles per hour in 5.0 seconds and through the quarter mile in 13.5 seconds at 104.9 miles per hour. The 2019 Model 3 Standard Range Plus's more powerful motor, 283 ponies and 307 pound-feet of torque, plays a part in creating the gap, but so does the Model 3 Highland's weight. Despite similar equipment levels, the rear-drive 2024 Model 3 Highland weighs 3,884 pounds compared to the 2019 car's 3,553-pound curb weight. We suspect batteries are primarily the reason why. The 2019 car sported a smaller 54 kWh unit with lighter nickel-cobalt aluminium (NCA) chemistry. Base model Highlands sport a larger 60.9 kWh pack with lithium iron phosphate (LFP) chemistry, which makes for a heavier, less energy-dense, and cheaper to produce battery. This is largely due to their lack of nickel and cobalt, as both metals can come from conflict-prone regions of the world. But we digress. Despite its weight disadvantage, the Highland Model 3 Standard Range performed admirably in our braking and handling tests. There's a big, fat asterisk stuck on these results, though. Our European spec test car came wearing the summer tire that's standard overseas. In America, buyers will get all-season tires. If you want your 2024 Model 3 to match the numbers you're about to read, you'll likely have to make a tire upgrade. The summer tire-shod 2024 model needed just 115 feet to stop in our 60-0 mile/hour test, 13 feet shorter than the 2019 car's stopping distance. It also managed to pull 0.87 grams average on the skid pad versus 0.84 grams. Its figure 8 run was particularly impressive, lapping our course in 26.1 seconds at 0.70 grams average versus 26.4 at 0.69 grams for the 2019 car. With some recalibration of the traction and stability control systems, or perhaps just a sport mode, the car could be even quicker, as the Model 3 either reduces or delays power delivery when the steering wheel is anything but straight or near straight. How far can it really go on one charge? One area where we hope to see major improvement is in the single-motor Model 3 Highland's range. In our Motor Trend road trip range test, the Model 3 standard range fell far short of Tesla's preliminary and we think conservative EPA estimated range of 261 miles. Our road trip range test, as a reminder, reflects real-world driving range using 95% of the battery capacity at a constant 70 miles per hour on an out and back route, with climate control set to 72 degrees and the headlights, cruise control, and audio system on. In testing, the newest Tesla cleared just 211 miles, 50 miles shy of estimates. And although it charged from 5% to 80% in a reasonable 33 minutes, that 80% charge only equates to about 167 miles of road trip range. While the Supercharger network is mostly more reliable than the alternative CCS1, 2024 Tesla Model 3 standard range owners will spend far more time at a charger than those who opt for the dual-motor long-range model. What's the single-motor Model 3 Highland like to drive? When not tethered to a supercharger, or perhaps just closer to home, the Model 3 Highland is a lot of fun to drive and would make a great daily commuter. The single rear motor model won't ever be mistaken for being fast, but the motor is responsive and sports a broad power band, making it leap forward eagerly under your right foot. The Model 3 standard range feels particularly quick around town and at county highway speeds, though its comparative lack of power starts rearing its head on interstates. Pre-refresh Model 3s tended to ride firmly with little performance payoff in the real world, but the new Model 3 is much better balanced than before. Most impacts are dispatched quickly without being transmitted through to the cabin, though the car is still prone to pogoing back and forth on expansion joints. Additionally, some bumps result in a harsh level of suspension strike through, at times feeling like the rear shocks are hitting their bump stops. Better though, is the controlled body roll the Model 3 exhibits diving into corners in most real-world scenarios, which, coupled with its quick, organic steering and responsive motor, gives the Highland a sporty everyday feel. That said, if you push the Model 3 hard around an actual road course, excessive body roll rears its head and the fun factor begins to fade. Is the Model 3 Highland worth it? Speaking of luxury, a car capable of driving itself would be the ultimate extravagance. A more in-depth review will be available in a coming story, but suffice it to say we're still a long way off from that. Tesla's autopilot with full self-driving beta largely works wonderfully on protected highways, but it's borderline dangerous in urban environments, especially when used in conjunction with the Navigate on Autopilot feature. Save your $12,000. Although Tesla has made software-defined technology part of the modern luxury equation, the hard product still matters greatly. The Model 3 standard range is much improved in that regard. Though our test car had a rather dull, black-on-grey color scheme, the grey cloth that flows from the dash and down through the door cards looks and feels far ritzier than the wood it replaces ever did. The faux leather largely felt like the real thing, too, while the few bits of switchgear that remain either match or exceed the quality of Tesla's European luxury rivals at what we estimate the Model 3 Highland standard range's starting price will be, about $39,000, and roughly $54,500 as tested. We wish we could be more impressed with the new Model 3 standard range's real-world road test range, and we consider the full self-driving beta a dubious investment, but the rest of the package is a fantastic value. The fact is, the new 2024 Tesla Model 3 Highland standard range looks better and drives better than ever before, even if it's a smidge slower, while also being a better car to live with and be in. Tesla folks like saying they make the best cars in the world. Though there's more than a little hyperbole in that statement, there's no doubt the new single-motor Model 3 Highland is one of the best sedans on the market at this price point, gas or electric.